Today we're going to be looking at boomers acting like boomers. Now if you don't know what a boomer is, it's basically somebody the same age as Joe Biden who just quite frankly needs to get off social media. Boomers stopped me in the street to berate me for drinking in public. It was barbecue sauce. Made myself a nice batch of pulled pork last night, so on the way to pick up my child from school yesterday, I stopped at the grocery store to pick up some barbecue sauce. Didn't want to bother with a bag for a single bottle of barbecue sauce, so I was holding it in my hand as I walked to school. Okay, side rant, I know we're already in the first post, but I hate the fact whenever you get a plastic bag, it costs like 30p. No joke, I swear the plastic bags used to cost like 3p, maybe 5p at the max. Some of them are like 25, 30p now. Enter boomer walking his dog. I see him coming from down the sidewalk and think nothing of him until he gets close to me and I realise he's speaking. I take out my earbud only to be greeted with him ranting at me. Something you're gonna notice with a lot of the posts in this video is that these elderly people seem to be angry. It's like they wake up and just want to spread venom throughout the day. Boomer, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is a school area and children shouldn't be saying that. Me very confused, excuse me. Put the booze away. I can't believe how okay with looking trashy some of you people are. At least wait until you get home, for crying out loud. Me still confused, it's barbecue sauce. Boomer looks again at the very obvious condiment bottle in my hand, then storms off shouting, well how was I supposed to know that? As if I'm the a-hole. Saw him stink and me over his shoulder as I left. Bizarre interaction and yet totally in character for a boomer. The pulled pork turned out to be delicious, by the way. Well, at least you had a good end to the story. Obviously that guy didn't. And yet again, I've got a feeling he probably did know it was barbecue sauce. He just wanted to start an argument. How was I supposed to know? You weren't. That's why you mind your own business and keep your mouth shut. Exactly, and yet again, I'm trying to think how a bottle of barbecue sauce looks like a bottle of alcohol. Quite clearly, he needs some glasses. My friend's dad won't eat the salsa because the packaging is too feminine. Okay, so this is the salsa. Yet again, what about that is feminine? Like, we've got medium salsa. Maybe because it's not like high salsa. It's not the spicy one. Side rant, I'm jealous of people who can eat spicy stuff. Me personally, even if I get like a curry chip, I feel physically ill. So if that right there is medium spicy, it would not agree well with my body. Like, what the hell? How is it feminine? Exactly, like, what about that is feminine? It is salsa. Look at this guy on the label with his well-groomed hair just staring at me and smiling. Must be a homo, but truthfully it makes me question my own sexuality deep down inside and makes me feel uncomfortable. And the only way I know how to confront my own feelings is outward expressions of violence. But yet again, whenever we look at that, how is that feminine? Like, that is literally a drawing. It's not even a real man. It literally is medium chunky salsa. What about that is feminine? Some people really don't have problems in life if they need to make a fuss and get weird over stuff like this. I really can't fathom living my life that way. I swear I seen a post years ago talking about how men shouldn't do skincare because it's for girls. But I'm so sorry, do you want to walk around looking like a pepperoni pizza or do you want to go around looking like a cheese pizza? I know I want to look like a cheese one. I do not want to look like pepperami. Also, something else you will realize with this video is that a lot of these posts don't make any sense. You will be reading them and looking at them and thinking what is going through that person's head. What is wrong with boomers need to compare their lives with others? If students think that their senior year has been ruined, remind them that in 1965 to 73, many seniors took their senior trip to Vietnam. Okay, but how's that got anything to do with people my age? Just because people in that generation had bad senior years doesn't mean we should have it. Like, that's got nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'd almost guarantee that the person who posted this wasn't one of them. Exactly, and something these people love to do is dictate how other people should live their lives, but the minute you dictate them and how they should live their life, they've got an issue with it. It's kind of like they can throw it, but they can't take it back. My life sucked at 18 and yours will too if I have anything to say about it. It kind of reminds me of that one friend who's just always negative. You know, they've got one bad thing that happened in their life and they make it their whole personality. And their whole goal in life is to ruin your life and make everyone hate themselves. Like, I'm getting them vibes from that. It's almost like they're offended that we are criticizing the system and discontent with how horrible it is, and they need to rail against it, all while lacking any understanding of the actual situation. I always see people online talking about how kids nowadays don't want to work. You know, they used to work for like a couple of pounds and they would work for 10 hours at a time. Like, I'm sorry, we don't want to work like that. You know, if you're gonna do a job, you want to get a decent pay. Who wants to work loads of hours and get absolutely nothing? And yet again, I feel like they're low-key jealous that they didn't have the balls to stand up to the system like how my generation does. And also, it actually could benefit them. You know, if they're in the same job as us, they get probably exactly the same pay. If we stand up to getting higher pay, it means they'll get a bit more money as well. Doc told them to take it easy for a couple of months after rotator cuff surgery. But damn millennial doctors don't know how tough we are. Okay, well that just isn't good. I'm so sorry, did we just see that? First of all, why would you even think about doing that, and why would your friends let you do that? They are some bad friends if they're letting you do that while you're in a sling. Oh, ouch, I had a rotator cuff surgery and I accidentally bumped into a wall while healing. I blacked out from the pain and apparently made a high mewling sound of excruciation. I have some sympathy, but not much. He was told to chill for a bit, he didn't. And I feel like he does have that good old attitude where it's like, you know, I'll do whatever I want, you know, I'm not going to be told I'm a man. And then whenever he gets told not to do something and he goes ahead and does it, he ends up up getting injured. Oh boy, forgot you need your non-foreign arm to balance out your weight distribution when you release. Yet again, like, I actually kind of do feel bad for him just because of his own stupidity. And his friends as well. Like, why would they let him do that? Sometimes in life you have to sit back and look at certain decisions you've made and what other people have said, because quite clearly that was not a good decision. I work for an estate sales company, and you would not believe how many boomers think their stuff is worth a fortune, extremely desirable or irreplaceably rare. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few photos and then we're gonna decide if we would dump it or buy it. Okay, side rant, I hate this. I already would dump this because people with this in their house are creepy. I cannot stand it whenever I go into a house and there's little dolls or okay, so this right here could actually be worth a little bit of money. You know, if you look at that, it's definitely old, but it looks pretty well intact. Does it look like the kind of thing you would get in every single furniture store? Yes. However, that could have some history to it. So honestly, I think that could sell well. Yet again, another burner. I hate stuff like this. Like, no. Unless they're collectibles, they probably would be worth a tiny bit of money. However, they probably aren't. They look like the types of cards I would play with when I was a young child. Yet again, if you're alone in the forest, use this to start a fire to keep yourself warm. The person who kept this probably thought this would be worth like 50-60 pounds each. It's not even worth 1% of that. It's probably worth like 2 or 3p, at the max £2. Okay, I won't lie, this could actually be worth a lot of money. Like, that is a pretty cool looking clock. You know, it looks like it's been kept in a pretty decent shape and it looks nice and gold. So honestly, I wouldn't burn it. I would proper buy that. I don't know what it is about boomers, but it seems they think anything they touch is gold, worth at least what they paid or many times more. Their poop simply doesn't stink. I paid over 6,000 for this Precious Moments collection. What do you mean there's no market for them? These steel cars are worth about $250 when I bought them. They should be worth at least $1,000 now. I bought this in France. I almost feel bad sometimes, but then remember the entire generation's never been challenged like this before. The idea that whatever thoughts I could have be wrong is foreign to them. I feel like they kind of view some of their personal belongings as houses. You know, you bought a house for 60,000 50 years ago. It's going to be worth like 1 million now. It's just not like that with their belongings. The only thing there that I could see selling for a decent amount of money is the clock and that wardrobe. Like, they actually do look like they could make a bit of a profit. Similarly, I worked at a used bookstore, and folks who would come in thinking their James Patterson collections were worth the sticker price were always a treat to deal with. Also, you cannot comprehend how many boomers would try to sell their encyclopedia sets to us and be shocked that we would not even bother taking them because they're worthless. Do you know how much these cost when we bought them? Sorry, they still have the Soviet Union labeled on the map. I also feel like with a lot of books nowadays, you can literally just get it in a Kindle or online. Like, literally, you can download an audiobook, listen to it, or just read it off your iPad. So why would someone need an encyclopedia when they can just use their phone? Boomer mother doesn't understand. I don't want to talk to you. My boomer mum, who was always narcissistic and abusive, sent me an informative link about what two homophobic women think about trans people. One of my kids is trans. Let's just say I emailed her back saying I don't want to talk to her. She replied by saying it doesn't represent her views, she just thought it was informative. I've been ignoring her since. She called about 8 times, left emails, left voice messages, all while acting like nothing happened, and the reason I'm not answering is you must be busy. Completely oblivious that she crossed the line and I just don't want to talk to her. It's like they can be abusive and unsupportive and we still owe them a relationship. Something about that that's so interesting is she said she replied by saying it doesn't represent her views, she just thought it was informative. That right there is so manipulative to me. It's kind of like whenever someone tells you that someone said something really awful about you and you're kind of like, why would you tell me that? And they're like, oh, I just thought you should know. It's like, no, you had a reason for that. You quite clearly wanted to upset me by letting me know that. My wife has been ignoring her mother for years due to her narcissistic and abusive behavior. My mother-in-law still tells my brother-in-law that my wife is just throwing a tantrum and will come around. She just can't fathom that she was wrong, and my wife doesn't have any wish to ever see her or hear from her again. We just got back from a cross-country drive and literally drove through the city her mum lives in it without even stopping for food or gas. When my brother-in-law told her, she went ballistic that we didn't make time for her. I was sent her a text saying she doesn't represent your views and how human beings should treat others. But you want to be informative and let her know you're going to no contact and block her. Honestly, I wouldn't even do that. I would just block her. Don't even let her know that she's getting blocked, just do it. If you let her know you're doing it, that gives her closure. If you do it without telling her, she's always going to be wondering why. And to me, that just seems better.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Ooh.
Okay? Are you? Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't really know what's going on there. We didn't get any context for that clip. All I know is that apparently someone's about to have a fight. Picking a fight with his hands in his pockets, overconfident or stupid. Or both, which I think probably is the reality.
What do you think's going to happen in the 2024 election?
Oh, I think all hell's going to break loose, and it's going to be another summer of love because Trump's going to win.
Oh.
And the Democrats are going to lose their minds. And they're going to send everybody.
It's going to be a summer of love because
that they're going to hurt, and they're going to hurt as many people as possible.
But the election is in the fall.
They're going to send their bad people out. Their Black Lives Matter, their Antifa. Oh, any foreigner that's here that doesn't belong here is going to be sent to your front door.
For the 2024 election, foreigners are going to be sent to your door?
The foreigners are already here and they're already set up in the phone. And when somebody gives them the okay, they're going to come for us.
Where did you get this information?
Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
She doesn't even know where she gets it because she's that cuckoo. People like her kind of remind me of people who are in a bar, but like they would literally talk to you, but you don't want to talk to them. You know, if she didn't have him to talk to, she would be in a bar either trying to talk to somebody or talking to a wall. And yet again, what's even more scary is the fact that she is able to vote. That is going to be a voter. These two boomers are so funny. Here's all the parts.
Get me in court, asshole. Oh, good for you. Let me help you.
Do not touch me! 911 now! He's touching my arm.
Me. I'm touching your phone.
Now he threw my phone out of my hand. That's assault.
That's assault, yeah.
Call 911 now.
He's pushing me in the knee. That's
self-defense.
That's bigger assault.
I'm pushing him away from me.
That's bigger assault, jerk.
911 now. Now he took my food. He threw my phone. He pushed me.
This is happening in McDonald's, by the way.
Get him out.
It's like looking at two cats like squaring up to each other. Then he goes back to
Threw
eating
my
his ice
phone
cream.
down.
Touch me.
I'm at McDonald's.
Touch me.
He's in a
We'll go
green
to
shirt.
court. Touch me.
He's in a light green shirt with white hair and short sleeves.
Touch me, idiot.
No, I'm a customer. He's an older man with white hair and a light green t-shirt, short sleeve. He's another customer who's assaulting me. He's right up in my face right now. He's right up in my face. Oh yeah, you're just telling me to run instead of calling the police?
You got my ice ready.
It is not safe outside.
Not safe. Sure. See?
You guys are like 60.
Yet again, why can't people just go into McDonald's, have a Big Mac, have a burger, and then go home? They're actually a couple, and this was just some kinky roleplay to spice things up for later. Honestly, the way some of these people get on, it wouldn't surprise me if they ended their argument with a kiss. Well, anyways, guys, let's leave that video there. That's some boomers being boomers, and a lot of these people were cuckoo. If you see me looking more people like this, let me definitely will. Press bigger, subscribe, and see you all tomorrow for another video.